I was hoping to do some vlogging today. We're doing an Easter egg hunt for the North Loop Neighborhood Association with Corner Church and Corner Coffee, but it's raining. I'm not going to take out my nice camera, so you're going to have to deal with iPhone camera for today. Hopefully some people show up in the rain to hunt Easter eggs. We'll see. Putting out stuff in the rain. She seems so excited about it.
I made bunny art.
Is that your bunny over there?
Yep.
Let's go look. Oh, this is not what I want to walk in. Mud, sand. These kids are going to be filthy. Catherine's obsessed with bunnies. It's kind of creepy. Kai's been out here a while. She's super soaked.
Yeah. Hi.
Look at those glasses.
It's not my fault. It's nice though. It's warm.
Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to do a quick update this week. I was actually super busy this week because it's Easter. We had Easter Sunday, we had egg hunts. I didn't get enough chance to shoot video. It was raining, bad weather, didn't want to have my camera out a lot. So I got some, but not a ton. But I want to take this time right now to share with you some of the stuff that came in the mail this week. First one, I get these every month. It's from a company called Woven. You can see right there. They work with a different designer every month to design a new shirt, t-shirt. I love these shirts. They're super comfortable. The design's usually pretty good. And so I get a new shirt every month, and I really like how they tell you about the designer. So this is Brian from Atlanta. Has his whole story on here, which is really cool, just to get to know a little bit about him. And then your shirt's inside. Woven's like, I think it's 12 bucks a month for shirts that have a design on them. Then you don't have to go to the store, they're just mailed to you, which is really nice. And so I've been a Woven subscriber for probably almost a year now. I like them. I like this one a lot. It's like a little bison or something on a gray shirt. It's pretty solid. So add that one to my collection. The other thing I got this week I'm really excited about. It's a new piece of coffee equipment, and I collect coffee equipment. I like to have a bunch of different brewing methods. And so today, this was actually a Kickstarter campaign, and it's called the American Press. It's a more modern take on a traditional French press. I haven't tried brewing it with it yet. I think I'm gonna jump on the skateboard and ride over to the coffee shop. I don't ever have coffee at home because I just go to the coffee shops. But I'll bring this with me and maybe we'll try brewing some and see how it turns out. So the neat thing about this guy, so here's the American Press. And the neat thing about this guy, so you can take the lid off like you would a French press. But rather than putting your grounds in the bottom, there's actually this little puck area right here. And you can actually twist it off. And so your grounds go in there, and there's a metal filter in there. And then this has another metal filter on top, and they just go in like that and twist together. And so what you actually do when you brew is you take this piece and you fill it up. I think there's line markers on it too. You fill it up with your hot water, then you have your coffee in here, and you just push it down So you put the lid on, and then you push it down through your hot water. I guess you can control the flow rate on this a little bit better. I've heard you can actually use AeroPress filters inside if you want paper filters, just to get rid of some more of that oil and stuff. And so let's skate over to the coffee shop. It's a nice day today, and let's go try the American Press. All right, I made it back from the coffee shop, and I got some coffee, and it's actually roasting day for Corner Coffee. So Zach was in there roasting, and so this coffee is from Colombia. It was just roasted today. This is one of my favorite coffees we offer. It's in our blue line, so it's really roasted with the idea to make a coffee that everyone can really enjoy. But I feel like it's very complex. There's these toffee notes, but there's still some citrusy and fruity notes as well. I'm brewing up some of that on our American Press. And I did a test run earlier with it, kind of figure out some of the details behind it, so it should go pretty well. So this thing, unlike any French press I've used before, they probably don't even like it being compared to a French press. It's honestly more like an AeroPress than it is a French press, even though it kind of resembles a French press. You take it off, and inside there is this little basket. It's got a metal filter on it, and that's where your coffee's held. Fill that guy up. We're gonna use 24 grams of coffee. And try not to spill it all over the place. I've read some reviews online that people are using AeroPress filters in there to get rid of some more of the oils and stuff, and I really like that idea. One of the reasons I don't prefer French press is just because of the oils and the silt that you get at the very end. Being able to use a paper filter. I might actually try that in a future video, but I'm just gonna do the basic recipe today. I've also heard of some people tamping. I really don't know if that would make a very big difference, but we're just gonna start with kind of the standard recipe. So once you get your coffee in here, I didn't do a good job of pouring, so it's all over the edges. But then this just goes back on top. Turns to click into place, and then your coffee is ready. So you can see the coffee in there, all ready to go. All right, next step is grab this, and I left my hot water downstairs because I wanted to stay warm, so I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back with my water, and there's some neat little lines. I don't know how well you can see them. There's a 12-ounce fill line and then a max fill. And I'm actually going to go just slightly over the 12-ounce fill line. They said, I think it was like around 360 to 370 grams of water is what they suggested. I don't have my scale up here, but last time I did it, it was just over the 12-ounce line. So just for simplicity's sake, that's what I'm going to go to. There. Then you grab your little pot of coffee, and then you just slide it right on top here. You get out your timer, so you can, I don't know how well you can see, but the coffee is wet inside of there because it's down far enough, but it hasn't come out the top. Do a pre-infusion here, and they actually say to do a 2-minute pre-infusion. Getting my timer out here, open stopwatch, and do a 2-minute pre-infusion. Let that run for a second. Alright, so our timer's getting close to being done. Let's see where we're at. 2 minutes exactly. Alright, so after 2 minutes, we plunge. And so you can tell the water down here is nice and clear, and you'll start to see the top fill up with coffee. They say to plunge over the course of like 45 seconds to a minute, and so I'm just going to go nice and slow. You can see coffee start to come out of the top. There we go. You see some nice coffee coming up there. And it's really interesting, it looks like you're instantly transforming the water into coffee as it goes down, so it's really kind of a pretty process. Almost there. And done. And you can kind of see towards the top here, there's that crema-esque type layer. That's pretty traditional on most French presses, and it's got that. That's a lot of the coffee oils and stuff are in there, and that gives it a little bit more of a fuller body, a little more of a bite. We're done now. Got my trusty keep cup from my friends over at Wesley Andrews. Love those guys. And I do like that this is double walled, keeps it nice and warm, and there's a little pour spout on top, and so I'm pouring myself a cup. And as with just pretty much every French press, I don't like letting the water sit in the coffee, and so I would suggest to pour this entire thing out, pour it into mugs, pour it in a separate carafe. I'm gonna let this cool down for a second. I don't like my coffee to be extremely hot. The sweetness and the fruitiness tend to come out as the coffee cools, and so I like to let it sit for about 5 to 7 minutes. Before I drink it. I'm gonna let this cool down, gonna get cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll talk about how it tastes in a second. All right, it's time to give it a try. It's still very hot. Hotter than I would like, so I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit longer. But this is a coffee that I know very well, this Columbia from Corner Coffee. I drink it almost every day. I've tried it on many different brew methods, on a Kalita, on a V60, on an AeroPress, on a siphon, on a French press, on one of those Bonavita drippers that you can close the bottom off, on my Page brewer. Just drip coffee. I've had it on espresso. I just know what this coffee tastes like. I know what brewing methods really bring out the best flavor in this coffee. I would say at Corner we don't roast anything dark. Like everything we do is a light roast. Our goal really is to bring out the flavor that's inherent in the coffee, not to add flavor through the roasting process. This tastes like a much darker roasted coffee, and I think that's because a lot of the oils and some of the silt are left in there, much like a French press would, and so you get that really full-bodied feel of a French press. So you get those like really like nutty and dark flavors, but then there's this also this subtleness of this sweetness to it. I find what's really popular in the coffee industry right now is to get rid of all of the silt, to get rid of all of the oils, like those really thick Chemex filters that are used often. This is a more restrained version of a French press. And so maybe if you like the flavor of a French press, but you don't like some of the intensity that a French press can be, some of that really boldness of coffee or that really siltiness, this would be a good option for you. This would also be a really great option for what I use my AeroPress mainly for, is for like travel or camping. It's all contained, it has lines, you know how much to put into the puck. It's a great travel one. It's actually really durable. I thought it was glass initially, but it's actually just double-walled plastic. And while plastic isn't as beautiful as glass is, it adds some longevity, especially when I'm gonna leave it at our coffee shop and let some of our baristas play with it and stuff. And so overall, I'm very impressed with the American Press. It probably won't be my everyday brewer, but it'll definitely be one that I consider when I travel. It'll definitely be one that I break out when I try to teach people different flavor profiles. I probably will never use an old school French press again. This will probably be my new press style brewing method. Overall, very satisfied with it. I'll leave a link below so you can check these guys out and order one if you want to give it a shot. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys this week. Just a quick review of the American Press. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more coffee videos, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment below if there's a brewing method that you would like me to review and share with you guys on this channel. Thanks. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and see you again soon. Bye.